Giannis is the face of the NBA. For a while now, a lot of people have asked the question, who is the best player in the NBA, who is the face of the NBA, and could it possibly be Giannis? And for the longest time, a lot of analysts and a lot of people in general didn't want to admit it, some because they were just not willing to accept that European players could really be that good. Some said because we couldn't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, it's not possible, Selden. Why is it not possible? You can't be the face of the NBA if they can't pronounce your last name.
Now that was about a month ago since I last talked about that, and we have seen some improvement. In fact, I think globally and around the whole league as a whole, I think we're finally starting to realize something, and that's that Giannis might actually be the best player in the NBA, which I feel like should have been unanimous for the longest time because I've been saying I think Giannis is the best player. But most importantly, I think Giannis is the face of the league. Now, a while back, I did make a video on why I thought he was actually the face of the league. However, in that video, I did talk about stuff that was from then because a lot of people were trying to say, oh, he's not the face of the league, and a lot of people in the NBA media were just hating on him. However, we're finally starting to get to a point where we're actually realizing that Giannis is that good of a player. In this video, we're going to be talking about how Giannis is the face of the NBA and how he's going to be able to lead his Bucks to the NBA Finals. Now, before I get to everything, I would like to announce that this video is brought to you by Manscaped.com, but we're going to talk about them later on in the video. Now, I've been watching Giannis throughout the whole postseason, and I've been very impressed with him. Now, during the Chicago series, I expected him to do very well because the Bulls just weren't that good of a team, and it's safe to say that he dominated them. However, it was the Boston series where I thought things would get interesting because Boston, in my opinion, was the best team in the Eastern Conference. I did, however, say that I think the only team that was going to compete with them, and a lot of people in my comment section would agree with me, is the Milwaukee Bucks. However, with the injury to Chris Middleton, a lot of people started to think, is it possible that Boston is just going to win the series now because they don't have Chris Middleton? After the series was tied at 1 for each, Game 3 was very interesting, and Milwaukee was actually up by 3 until this happened.
Brown in the paint. Oh, there's a push-off. Gives it up to Smart, and
now this is where things got very interesting because Marcus Smart went up for a 3 and he claims that that should have been a shooting foul and he would have had 3 free throws with a chance to tie the game. In retrospect, he did make his first free throw, however he did miss the second, which he did on purpose obviously to tie the game. Now a lot of people have been saying this was a shooting foul, but I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I don't think this is a shooting foul. As Smart is getting this handoff, we can see right here Drew Holiday is trying to close in on him. As Drew is gonna step on him, we see right here he barely puts his hands up and Smart jumps up trying to get the 3. Let me also remind you that Marcus Smart is a professional flopper. He's done this so many times. I don't know why a lot of people are trying to say this is a shooting foul. Maybe I missed something, but I'm sorry. He did not even put his hands up. He literally had him to the side and Smart jumped into him trying to get the foul. With all that being said, Milwaukee is now up 2-1 in the series and we have an interesting series now to say the least. Giannis honestly played out of his mind, having 42, 12, and 8 while having 2 steals and 2 blocks. What's crazy is this whole entire series he's played well, and even in games where it looks like he's doing bad, like in game 1 where he had 24 points and had 13 and 12 while shooting an astonishing 9 for 25. It's so interesting to see how one's game, even though he was off and he wasn't playing the best like he normally has before, was still being effective in the game. With just about 99 of the superstars in the NBA, if they're not scoring that well, then they're just having a bad game. I mean, with guys like Steph Curry and John Morant and Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic and all these other guys that are not named Giannis, if their points total is very low or in the 10 to 20 range, then they're mostly having a bad game. However, Giannis can have 24 points to 9 of 25 and still be effective on the defensive end and also still be good somewhat on the offensive end. He was also being a good playmaker in that game while also crashing the boards. And that's something that I love about Giannis, is that he's an all-around player and can do just about everything. Now, I want to get into the things that the media has said about Giannis and why he's proving all of them wrong. But before we get into that, let's hear a quick word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by Manscaped and their brand new Ultra Premium Collection. Now, Manscaped just released his brand new Ultra Premium Collection, which they actually did send out to me. First off, it comes with refined cologne. It also comes with a 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, which is actually one of my favorite products. It also comes with their famous body wash. It also comes with their newer deodorant. You also get their hydrating body spray. And as a little bonus, you do get a free gift in their lip balm, which does come in a 3-pack when you buy it. This is the Ultra Premium Collection from Manscaped.com, and if you do want to get it, make sure you do use code Spex for 20% off to buy it. Guys, that's code Spex for 20% off. Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring answer in this video. Now, a while back, Stephen A. Smith was trying to say that, oh, I would honestly take Ja Morant over Giannis. Also, whenever someone tried to compare Giannis as a better player, Stephen A. Smith would always say, oh, he doesn't have a three-point shot. And while that definitely is true, that argument really isn't being used anymore, because I don't think it needs to be. He's an all-around player that can score easily, be a playmaker, crash the boards, be a really good defensive player. If he can't shoot a three, he can't shoot a three. But the thing is, it's not like Ben Simmons where, oh, he's just not going to take them. If you leave Giannis open for three, there's a good chance that he'll take it, and there is actually a possibility that he can make it. I will say when it's a clutch situation, and if you ask Giannis to take a three, he's going to make that three. But if we're being honest, there's no real way to guard Giannis. It used to be just put up a wall and you're going to be able to guard him. Well, after Giannis started adding a bunch of moves to his bag, it finally just became brace for impact and throw yourself at him. If you leave him open for three, he might take one. If you leave him open for mid-range, again, he might take one. If he's going to drive inside of you, you're not going to really be able to stop him. I guess my only suggestion would just be try to double team him, but even if you do that, you still have to rely on the fact that he's a good playmaker. And I guess you're going to have to hope that his teammates just miss. I would honestly have the same mentality for Giannis that I have for Luka right now in the Suns series. Let him drop 50, as crazy as that might sound. Let him go off. Let the other players on the team show up, because if Luka drops 50 but you have everyone else who's doing nothing, then you're going to have the first two games that the Suns won. However, in game 3, it became apparent that Jalen Brunson was able to step up in that game, and that's why the Mavericks won. The same thing can go for Giannis, except they don't have Chris Middleton, so they need guys like Brook Lopez and Drew Holiday to really step up for the Bucks. If they can't do that and Giannis has his 50, then at the end of the day, it's really not going to matter. However, the Bucks are by far a better team than the Mavericks, and they don't need to rely on Giannis to drop 40 to 50 points a game. So honestly, when you really break it down, there's definitely going to be a challenge when trying to stop Giannis. Now, Giannis, in my opinion, like I've been saying for the millionth time, and it's going to say it on the video and the thumbnail, is the face of the NBA, and he's the face of the NBA because he's the best player in the NBA. On top of that, when you think of the NBA right now, one of the first thoughts of you think when it comes to the best player is Giannis. And honestly, I asked the question, why can't Giannis be the face of the league? He's a good person. This man is the most wholesome player in the NBA while also getting ready to bulldoze your ass the following day. The past excuses of, oh, Giannis can't be the face of the NBA because he can't pronounce his last name, or oh, he's not inspiring to others, or you can't relate to him, are completely ridiculous. And for a while now, I haven't really been seeing those arguments pop up, so it seems like a lot of people are finally starting to admit that Giannis is the face of the NBA, which I am happy to see. I think there's no doubt in my mind that if Giannis does go back-to-back, then a lot of people are going to confirm it, even though I don't want that to happen because I'm a Suns fan. But I will say, if the Suns do get eliminated before the NBA Finals and the Bucks are playing, then I'm going to be rooting for the Bucks. I think the rest of this Boston series is going to be very interesting, and I think it's going to be very career-defining for Giannis. He's not going to have Chris Middleton for the rest of this series, and in the Eastern Conference, if they were to win, we have no idea how long he's going to be able to play for. However, I have a good feeling that Giannis will find a way to dominate, and if them and the Phoenix Suns make it back to the NBA Finals for a rematch, I think it's safe to say a lot of us are going to be enjoying that.